All right, good morning, class, and thank you for coming for today's class. So, today we will be starting a new chapter, which will be Unit 5. So, Unit 5, actually, we have already done a little bit of it last week. All right, so we will be continuing with Unit 5, the environment. All right, so today will be lesson 38, and this lesson can be found on your page 58 to 58 onwards in your download Form 5 textbook. So if you have your textbooks with you, you can actually turn to those pages. If you do not have your textbooks, okay, it doesn't matter. You can just follow my slides. All right. So today we will be learning about teens saving the environment. All right. So you all are teens. Teens, it's actually from the age of like 13, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so that is the age that we consider as teenagers. So all of you are teenagers. All right. Okay, so today we will be actually learning about how teens they save the environment. All right, so before we go further, we are going to watch a video. Okay, so before that, have you all ever heard of this term, Great Pacific Garbage Patch? Have you heard of this thing? Great Pacific Garbage Patch, or GPGP they call it. Have you heard of that? Anyone has ever heard of it? Okay, can you all hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
teacher.
can you all hear me, class? Okay, have you all ever heard of this term, Great Pacific Garbage Patch? Nobody has heard about it?
No.
Nobody. All right. When you look at this term, Great Pacific Garbage Patch, what do you think it is all about? What is it about? What is it?
Garbage.
Okay, so you see the title itself talks about garbage, right? So there is a possibility it could be because of, or this place contains garbage. Okay, you watch this video first. All right. So this is what you call the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. All right. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch is a collection of marine debris in the North Pacific Ocean, also known as the Pacific Trash Vortex. The garbage patch is actually two distinct collections of debris bounded by the massive North Pacific subtropical gyre. All right, so this information I got from National Geographic website. All right, so there is a place in this ocean where garbage gets collected. All right, can you see this picture? Are you all able to see this picture, class?
Yes, teacher.
All right, so when you look at this picture, it shows you all the garbage gets collected here, and most of this garbage are plastic. Either plastic bag, plastic fork and spoons, plastic cups, okay, and all those food wrappers that's actually in the form of plastic collects here, because plastic is very difficult to decompose if it's not biodegradable, it can last for years and years, even if it's in the water. So these are all some of the plastic that can be found in this Great Pacific Garbage Patch. All right. Okay. So let's look at our book and page 58. Okay, so look at the list of environmental problems. Which one are the most serious in your area or country? All right, so let's look at some of these examples here. Acid rain, destruction of forests, drinking water quality, okay, meaning very poor quality of water. Drought. Drought means a very dry weather. Okay, plants, they can't, you mean the plants can't grow because the soil is so dry, it cracks and all that because not enough rain or there is no water. All right, endangered species. Okay, endangered species, the animals which are going to die, or there is, people go and hunt and kill it, so there is no any more of this kind of species. Then floods, you know what are floods, right? It's quite common. And then nuclear accidents, when nuclear plants explode. All right, then oil spills at sea, and then polluted beaches. Okay, polluted beaches, like just now you could see just now the ocean. So if the ocean is like that, I'm sure the beaches are also polluted because people throw rubbish everywhere. And smog. Smog means smoke plus fog. Okay, early morning you will see fog, like mist. It will look like haze. You know what is haze, right? A few years ago, we were suffering from haze, okay, because of open burning. So this haze, okay, something is similar to haze. So smog means smoke plus fog, so it becomes smog. All right, so you see, among all these things, there are other as well, other problems that we can see in our country. So I'm just going to choose one of these environmental problems, and we're going to watch a video. We want to see how severe it is in Malaysia. All right, wait, just one more minute. Before we watch that video, you just look at these other environmental problems. Okay, look at this picture. What does this picture look like? What's happening in this picture, or what has happened? Can you all see this picture? Class, can you all see this picture?
Yes, teacher.
Hey, why are you all so quiet? You have to answer. It's not me answering and giving all the points. All right, just look at this picture. Okay. So what has happened in this picture?
Earthquake.
Okay, it looks like an earthquake. All right, let's look at the next picture. Okay, what is this? Okay, this one I've already given you. It is flood. All right, what is this one? Okay, what is this one? Can you all see the picture? Hey, class, are you all there, or you all can't see, or what? Are you all able to see or not?
Yes, teacher.
So just tell me, what does the picture look like? What is this one? Open burning, is it? All right. It looks something like open burning, but it is called as wildfire. All right. Let's look at the next picture. What is this one?
A tornado.
Okay, it looks like a tornado. All right. Let's look at the next picture. Okay, what is this one?
Volcano.
All right. It's a volcanic eruption. Okay. Okay, next one. What is this one?
Tsunami.
Okay, it looks like a tsunami. Okay, what is this one? See, the plate is empty. So many people want something on the plate and they don't have it. So what is that? What do they want? What do they want in that food? They want food. So do they have food, or they don't have food there on the plate?
Don't have food.
They don't have food. So when you don't have food, you call it as famine. All right. This is called as famine. Okay, let's look at the next picture. Okay, what is this one? What is this one? Look at the situation. You look at the soil. How does it look like?
Dry.
Okay, it is drought. Okay, drought means there is no water, there is no rain, and you see the soil is also dry. Okay, let's look at the next one. What is this one? What is this one? Can you all see the picture?
Yes.
Okay, it's an ocean. So what is happening in the, or what has happened in the ocean? Faster. What has happened in the ocean? What has happened in the ocean? This is all from your textbook. You can find this term in page 58.
Oil.
So this is actually oil spill at sea. Spill means it has poured. The oil that has poured into the sea. All right, next one. What is this one? See, people are playing, people are bathing and all that. So where is this place? Where is this place? Or what is this place called?
At the sea.
Beach.
At the beach. So what type of beach? What happened to the beach?
Pollution.
Okay, very good. Pollution and the beach. Okay, so polluted beaches. Okay, next one. What is this one? What has happened here? What is burning? What is burning? Or what explosion is that?
Factory.
It looks like a factory, right? Okay, so this is an nuclear accident. Okay, that looks like a nuclear plant actually. All right, so it's a nuclear accident. Okay, last one. What is this one? What is it?
Haze.
Okay, it looks like haze. All right, but today we will be learning about smog, not haze. Okay, smog is something like smoke plus fog. So it looks like haze. All right. So these are all some of the environmental problems that we face all around the world. All right. So besides that, there are also other problems that not many countries they have this, but some time of the year Malaysia has this thing, which is flooding. All right. So let's just see how severe it can be in Malaysia.
A bird's eye view of this palm oil plantation would normally reveal a vast field of green. Instead, it looks like a muddy river. Swathes of Malaysia, including Johor State, are covered in floodwaters after the heavy rains that began last weekend. Some villages, like Puchur village, are still cut off, reachable only by boat. People here say they barely had time to get away from the rising waters.
We managed to take our important documents and some clothes. Not much else. The water rose so quickly, we had to get out fast.
They've also lost their only supply of clean water after floodwaters contaminated the well. Across the country, tens of thousands of people have been evacuated, living in schools and community centers.
I thank God we're all alive. Me, my family, my grandkids. It doesn't matter if we lose our stuff. They're just things. What's important is that we're all alive.
With floodwaters receding so slowly and rain forecast to continue, many will be unable to return home for days.
It's not just homes that have been damaged, but livelihoods. Behind me is a vegetable farm. It's completely submerged, the crops have been destroyed, and farmers say they don't know when they can begin replanting.
The floods, caused by the northeast monsoon, which usually runs from November to February, are an annual occurrence, although the severity varies from year to year. Florence Louis, Al Jazeera, Kluang District, Johor, Malaysia.
All right. So when we look at this video, we see how severe Malaysia can be affected with flood. All right. So this video was actually, this news was actually on somewhere in January 2021 this year. Okay. So people in Johor suffered with this flood. So sometimes when you hear even Kelantan, Terengganu also has floods. So it's actually very sad to see people suffer. So if you go and investigate, you will definitely find out in certain places where floods take place, it is because of environmental problems. Probably, because of rubbish that has been thrown into the drains, so the water can't flow out. Okay, there are many reasons. Or sometimes that's because of too many buildings, so there is no place for the water to flow, so other places get flooded. So we as human beings, we have to make sure we do our part by taking care of the environment. We must love the environment. All right. Okay, so now let's look at our text on page 58. Teens saving the environment. Read about these amazing teenagers and their incredible ideas. All right, so we will have A, B, C, and D, 4 texts all together. All right, so we are going to listen to this text. While you listen, you read. All right, so I have just underlined some very important points for you in each context. That's in yellow. All right, you ready? You can listen now.
Unit 5. Reading.
Teens saving the environment. Read about these amazing teenagers and their incredible ideas.
A.
16-year-old Nadav Ossendriver is the creator of Kruger Sightings, a website that follows wildlife such as lions, rhinos, elephants, giraffes and leopards in Kruger National Park in South Africa. The website started as a blog where Nadav wrote about the best places to see the animals. Nadav now collects information provided by visitors to Kruger National Park who use their mobile phones to send updates to Kruger Sightings when they see one of the park's many animals. This lets other visitors find the animals more easily. The site also does its best to protect rhinos from people who want to kill them for their valuable horns, which is a growing problem at the park. It provides visitors with contact numbers to report such incidents.
All right, so this is text A. Okay, so it talks more about, it's about a website that follows wildlife. Okay, you can see animals, and it also talks about protecting rhinos. All right, okay, so this is A. Okay, let's look at B. Okay, so this is about plastic.
B.
Plastic is useful because it is strong and it lasts a long time. Unfortunately, those qualities also make plastic a disaster for the environment because it takes 1,000 years for this man-made material to break down. With 500 billion plastic bags being made every year and the Great Pacific Garbage Patch growing bigger by the day, we clearly need a way to make the plastic break down faster. In 2009, that's exactly what 16-year-old student Daniel Bird did. He identified 2 types of bacteria that work together to decompose plastic. He experimented with the bacteria at different temperatures and managed to break down 43% of the plastic in only 6 weeks, a major scientific breakthrough.
All right, so remember just now we watched this video about Great Pacific Garbage Patch. You see, so all the plastic things that human beings throw, when they throw into a little drain, the drain carries it to rivers, and then from the rivers it gets into the ocean. So, and all these plastics and whatever, all this garbage, it gets collected at the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. All right. So, so what we can actually see in this text is it talks about plastic, the Great Plastic Garbage Patch, and then it talks about Daniel Bird, a 16-year-old student, and what he found out, he identified two types of bacteria to decompose plastic. Okay, decompose means is to break down plastic so that it becomes small and it can, it can be dissolved. Okay, whereas like this plastic, it can last for years. It will be exactly how it is. The shape cannot change. So that is why there's a lot of plastic around this world. All right, so this is text B. Okay, so let's look at text C.
C.
In 2010, the US produced 2.4 million tons of e-waste, with a huge amount of that being mobile phones. Jason Lin, a 15-year-old high school student, learnt about this problem at school and set up a business to reduce e-waste by keeping old gadgets out of landfills. He and his friends run an e-waste recycling business from their website iretron.com. People sell their old gadgets to Lin. He and his team then fix them and resell them online. Although there are good e-cyclers like Lin, some just ship the waste to other countries. There it becomes an environmental and health risk, creating deadly conditions wherever it is dumped. With iRetron, consumers make money on their gadget, iRetron makes a profit, and electronics don't end up in a landfill.
All right. So in this text, in text C, it talks about e-waste. All right. So e-waste, it's actually a recycling business. So all old gadgets, say they don't want gadgets to end up in landfills. You know what is landfills? The place where garbage is collected. You know, when every morning when the garbage truck comes and picks the rubbish in your house, so all this rubbish or garbage is sent to one specific place, which is called the landfills. So in landfills, either the rubbish is buried or they put it into an incinerator and they actually burn it down. All right. So now what they're trying to say is they are trying to not allow gadgets to reach the landfills. Okay, they're trying to so there's this one all right, so there's this one person. Okay, what he does here is he actually created this business, this recycling business, this e-waste recycling business. And what he did, so people can sell their old gadgets to Lin, and then what does Lin do? He fixes them, then he resells them online. So he makes a profit out of this so that it doesn't end up in the landfills. So this is his way of recycling. All right. So let's look at the last text here. Okay. Let's listen to this.
D.
19-year-old Alec Lurs is the founder of Kids vs. Global Warming and the organizer of the I Matter March. In 2011, he took the US to court for not doing enough to protect the atmosphere for future generations. According to Alec, when we began burning fossil fuels last century, we didn't know the terrible consequences. Now, however, we do, so there is no excuse for continuing the destruction. He believes that future generations have a right to inherit a clean planet, and that the government has a responsibility to protect that future for our children, and to recognize that the future matters. If you agree with Alec, you can join an I Matter March and let the government know what you think.
All right. So this text talks about Alex Luz. Okay, he wanted to take, you see, he wanted to take US. He took the US to court, meaning, you know what is court, right? Okay, he actually engaged a lawyer, and he wanted to he took US to the court for what? Not doing enough to protect the atmosphere for future generations. All right, so it's because when they started burning fossils last century, it has affected the country or the world. Okay, so Alex's view, so what's his view? Okay, he has got this in because he believes that is his view. Okay, what he thinks, his opinion. So his view is the future generations, they have right to have a clean planet. All right, so that's his view. Okay, so what are we going to do now is, okay, you are going to identify. Okay, I've put the summary of each passage or the each text here, A, B, C, and D. So what are you going to do is you are going to identify which paragraph or which text will actually relate to all these questions. Okay, so read the text again to find the following information. So which paragraph mentions using the internet to keep the planet cleaner? Okay, which one? A, B, C, or D?
C.
Again?
C.
C. Okay, let's check your answer. All right, the answer is C, because of e-waste recycling. All right, so let's look at the next one. Okay, which paragraph talks about mistakes made in the past?
D.
What's the answer?
D.
D. Okay, let's check your answer. Yes, all right. You see, it talks about the fossil of last century. So in the past. Okay, which paragraph describes a place where nature can be appreciated? So which one talks about nature? You can actually appreciate the nature. You can protect. Okay, which one? A, B, C, or D?
A.
Okay, let's check our answer. All right, it is A because what? You protect rhinos, you get to see, you follow wildlife, you see animals, all right? Okay, next one. Which paragraph mentions a project that makes money? Which one?
C.
C.
Which answer? I got two answers now.
C.
All right, okay, let's check our answer. The answer is C. All right, e-waste recycling. See, actually, Lin makes money by selling the old gadgets. Okay, let's look at number 5. Which paragraph explains where some household rubbish ends up? What's the answer? A, B, C, or D?
B. Boy.
D. Boy, is it? B. Okay, let's check our answer. Yes, the answer is B. Okay, our household rubbish ends up where? At the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Okay, next one. Which paragraph describes an animal that is in danger?
A.
Okay, let's check our answer. All right, it is A. Okay, the first one talks about animals. Okay, number 7. Okay, which paragraph suggests a way to express your view about something?
D.
D. Okay, let's check. Yes, the answer is D because Alex gives his view, all right, about future generation to have a clean planet. Okay, let's look at number 8. Which paragraph explains an important discovery?
B.
All right. Okay, let's check the answer. All right, the answer is B because Daniel Bird, a 16-year-old student, he actually discovered 2 types of bacteria to decompose plastic. Okay, let's look at the next one. Mentions, okay, which paragraph mentions using lawyers to solve a problem?
D.
D, is it? Okay, let's check. All right, yes, the answer is D because Alex took to court to protect the atmosphere. All right, so court means you had to consult a lawyer. Okay, look at the last one. Which paragraph describes how to reuse useful rubbish?
C.
Which one?
A, B.
B, is it?
C.
Useful rubbish. Okay, B or C? I'm getting two answers here. All right, so let's check our answer. The answer is C. All right, because useful rubbish meaning maybe your handphone doesn't work, so you want to throw it. So you don't throw it in the rubbish bin, but you sell it to Lin. And what does Lin do? He tries to get it repaired and then he sells it online. All right, so that is to reuse useful rubbish. All right, so let's look at the next exercise. Complete each sentence with two of these words. All right, fossil fuels, incidents, landfills, march, waste, and wildlife. Okay, so let's look at number one. Okay, last Sunday, thousands of people attended the dash to protest about whaling. They were peaceful at the police. They were peaceful and the police reported no violent. What? How did the people go and protest? They actually what they did? Thousands of people, what they did? They okay, you
Marched.
know what the okay, yes, they marched. Okay, you know what is fossil fuels, right? Okay, incidents means something that has happened. Landfills is a place where rubbish is thrown. Okay, march means it's a big gathering of people. Okay, I'm sure you know what is waste and you know what is wildlife. Okay, let's check the answer. All right, they attended the march to protest about whaling. They were peaceful and the police reported no violent what? They were protesting, right? So at the end there were no violent. Okay, what did they do? Violent means like, they were fighting and they were shouting, right? They were shouting and screaming. So there was no such incident that took place. So meaning, so what can you say? So no violent
Incidents.
incidents. All right. So let's look at number two. Burning dash such as coal and oil to produce energy causes air pollution. This in turn causes climate change, which is harmful to humans and okay, what is the first one? Burning what?
Foxy.
Okay, let's check. Okay, burning fossil fuels. All right, so harmful to humans and what? Okay, let's check our answer. All right, wildlife. Okay, number three. Understandably, the residents are very concerned about the government's plan to create a dash in the area. No one wants huge amounts of dash on their doorstep. Okay, what is the first answer? To create a what?
Landfill.
All right, a landfill, a place to throw rubbish. Okay, no one wants huge amount of waste on their doorstep. Okay, so when the government want to build a landfill, a place to throw rubbish, people don't want because they don't want rubbish to be near their house. Okay, let's look at this one. So this is found on page 60 in your download textbook. Okay, circle the correct words. All right, so let's look at picture number one. What does it look like? Is it a wildfire or is it an earthquake?
Earthquake.
All right, okay, it's an earthquake. Okay, number two, what is it?
Flood.
Okay, it's flood. All right, next one. Famine or wildfire?
Wildfire.
Very good. Okay, number four. Tornado or earthquake?
Tornado.
All right. Okay, number five. Volcanic eruption or flood?
Volcanic eruption.
Very good. Okay, number six. Tornado or tsunami?
Tsunami.
All right, tsunami. Okay, number seven. What is it? What is number seven? Famine or volcanic eruption?
Famine.
Famine. Famine means there is no food. All right. Okay, and then number eight. Tsunami or drought?
Drought.
Okay, it is drought. All right. Okay, so now what are we going to do? Okay, we are going to fill in these blanks with vowels. I'm sure you know what are vowels. A, E, I, O, U. All right. So the words and phrases below are related to the disasters in number 1. Complete them by writing a vowel on each line. See all the blanks there, the vowels are missing. Okay, what you think is number 1? Try to put in the vowels.
Lack of water.
All right. Okay, lack of water. Okay, number 2. Okay, what do you think is number 2?
Burning.
Burning what?
Lava.
All right, let's check the answer. All right, burning lava. Burning lava is in where? In which disaster? Where can you find lava? Class, where can you find lava?
Volcano.
Okay, very good. In the volcano. Okay, number 3. Okay, what you think is number 3?
Giant wave.
All right, let's check the answer. All right, giant wave is related to which disaster?
Tsunami.
Very good. Tsunami. Okay, number 4. What you think is the answer? Any idea? Try to fill in the blanks.
Destroy. This is all.
Okay, what is the first one? Yeah, the second one is yes, destroyed. Destroyed by water. So what has been destroyed by water?
Crop.
Very good. Okay, crops destroyed by water. Crops means plants. All right, whatever plants that you have planted, it has been destroyed by water. Remember the first video we watched? They planted lots of vegetables and it was destroyed by water. So this water is related to what disaster? Is this tap water or some other disaster?
Flood.
Flood. All right, it is because of flood. Okay, number 5. What is number 5?
High wind.
Okay, let's check the answer. All right, high winds. All right. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Okay, what is number 6?
Starvation.
All right, starvation. Okay, what is starvation? Related to which disaster?
Famine.
Famine. Okay, people got no food, so they end up being, they undergo starvation. Starvation means they are very hungry. They have no food. Okay, number 7.
Aftershock.
Okay, let's check. All right, aftershock is related to what? What disaster? Okay, aftershock is related to earthquakes. Okay, when there is like where two that that the when there is earthquakes, right? Once it has already settled down, sometimes after it has settled down, it will still move. The earth will still move, and then that's what you call as the aftershock. All right. Okay, number 8. Okay, try. What is number 8?
Deforestation.
All right, let's check. Deforestation. All right. So this is where people go and cut the trees and clear the forest. All right. So our last exercise for today. Endangered species, global warming, eco-friendly products, eco-tourists, alternative energy sources, conservation, cleanup, and green belt. All right. So let's try to answer this 1 to number 8. When you go shopping, you should buy what? Like energy saving light bulbs. They are kinder to the environment. So if you buy this kind, okay. Okay, let's check the answer. Yes, eco-friendly products. All right. So eco-friendly products are products like energy saving lights. Okay, number 2. The dash of the oil spill took months and cost a huge amount of money. What did they do to the oil spill? The
Clean up.
All right. The cleanup of the oil spill took months. Okay. So number 3, and dash would never travel to a place if they thought their visit might harm the environment. Who likes to travel?
Eco-tourist.
Very good. Okay. And eco tourist. Okay. A person who loves, environment. When they are very careful when they travel. They don't want to harm the environment. Okay. Let's look at number 4. Wind, sun and water power are all dash we could use instead of fossil fuels. Okay, besides using all this, we can use the wind, sun and water power. So what do you call that?
Alternative energy source.
Very good. Okay, alternative energy sources. Okay, then number 5. Okay, okay, there is a or an around my city. No one is allowed to build in the forest there. Right. Sometimes, when we go to even KL and all that, they will have a little area, a protected jungle, where you, okay, even like something near us, we have this place called Frim in Kapong, right? You can't go there and go and cut down trees and all that. Okay, this place is protected. So what you call that place?
Green belt.
All right, it is green belt around my city. Okay, so they try to maintain the greenery there. Okay, number 6. Bill believes it's important to protect animals and their habitats. So he works in
Conservation.
all right, works in conservation. So in conservation, you cannot harm the animals, you protect them. All right, number 7. We need to help what? Like elephants and rhinos before they all disappear.
Endangered species.
All right, very good. Endangered species, like, okay, it's endangered species, right? The species is missing there. Okay, number 8. Okay, what? Where gases heat up the planet is one of the causes of climate change.
Global warming.
Okay, very good. So global warming. All right. Okay, so we as human beings, what the only thing that we can do is we could do our part by saving the environment. Okay, love the environment and do your part to save it for the future generation. All right, so thank you for joining today's class.